Which part of you needs the most nourishment right now? Is it your emotional body, spiritual, mental, physical? Only you know the answer to those questions, and only you can really ask them. I am Tavish Cardiff, here representing our raw material. It is Food Week, the week where we take a look at our earliest mental structure and how it was formed. This largely comes from how we are nourished in each of those aforementioned ways. Food Week gives us the opportunity to look at these structures with objectivity rather than the shame, blame, guilt feelings that usually come in their place. In the design of our raw material, Food Week was one of the most exciting to me because as we designed the calendar, looking at an opportunity 4 times a year for an entire week for people to be focused on how not only we are personally nourished, but how our community is nourished, how the people around us are nourished. And if we have enough caring people putting efforts toward food that often, I think we start to solve the problems and the food scarcity issues that are very prevalent and exist for us right now as our prices go up and as we try to tend to the places that we are undernourished, not only physically, but in all the other ways that we become undernourished. As human beings, we aren't really doing a good job of taking good care of our whole selves. We parse out little pieces, take care of those, but this gives us an opportunity to look at where that structure formed, where we start to place value on things, and how we decide what is important to us and what is not. Ideally, we would all be putting some collective energy towards making sure that everybody gets to eat, making sure that everybody feels safe and secure in a world where we're not really always safe and secure. That takes a lot of effort, and the power of the pillars of our raw material, especially this third week, food, helps us take care of and maintain the mental structure that we each individually have to work with. The practical guidance for this week is to take a look at each area of your life in nourishment. The ones I said before, emotional, spiritual, mental, and physical. How are each of those being taken care of for you? Check in on yourself and see whether those needs are actually being met. If they aren't, look for some subtle, easy ways to fix them. We don't want to be reinventing the wheel here, and we don't want to be changing our life. We want to be changing our thought pattern. So the easiest way to develop a better relationship with food is to understand your relationship to nourishment to begin with. What actually serves you and what doesn't. When we start to look at that, we can place intentions around our values. But if we haven't figured out what we value, we're spending a lot of time reacting to things that we don't like and that don't feel good. Those don't help support our mental structure. This practice, in its simplicity, takes each of these 12 pillars, lights them up, empowers them, and the entire structure itself adds to your own wholeness, adds to your sense of groundedness, adds to your sense of satisfaction, and makes you feel positive and whole within yourself, no matter what else is going on in your life. We like to say our raw material is finding your center wherever you are. And sometimes where we are is in the middle of chaos. Food Week lets us hone in on those tiny little details that normally leave us running for cover, and instead take a breath, dig in, understand where the root comes from, and just trace it out to now. Find a way to change your thoughts so that you feel nourished, protected, and safe. I hope everyone has a good week figuring out new ways to take care of themselves. You can check us out on our website, ourrawmaterial.com. Occasionally, we make appearances on Instagram and Facebook. You can always have a chat in our online discussion board on the website. See you next week. Thank you.